ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Real Late, Hot 97. Back for the second time. Two-timer club.
Facts.
Maxo Kream in the building. What's poppin', man?
Man, chilling, man. You know, enjoying New York. You know, I was in Harlem last night getting that good El Porto.
Oh, hold on. Let's talk about the good El Porto. What were you doing? Take us through your night last night in Harlem right now. And by the way, the album is out now. It's available. It's been out for a week now. Came out last Friday.
Came out last Monday.
Last Monday. Okay. Look at you. You dropped on a Monday?
Yeah, we can talk about that too.
Okay. All right. So it's out though. So you're out gallivanting, doing media, etc. What did your night in Harlem entail last night?
I had pulled up on my boy Don Q. He had like an album releasing party. Then I had pulled up on Cool Kai. You know, that's the dude with the kicks. Then I was hungry. Pulled up on El Porto, got the good fried salmon. Got some vegetables because, you know, I'm trying to watch myself. I was going to get the potatoes, but got to watch the carbs. You know what I'm saying?
Are you down? I feel like looking at you right now. Now, granted, you're dressed in all black. That could be a trick, a little cheat code. But you do look like you've trimmed down a bit. Is that true?
I put the biggest Grand Theft Auto cheat code on. I gained weight a little bit.
So now you're working. You gained weight and now you're working on is what you're saying.
Right.
Well, listen, you've had a successful few years. By the way, one thing that stands out to me about you, for people who aren't familiar with Maxo, is like a lot of people saw you on the record with Tyler that's on the album, Big Persona. I got it right?
Yeah, Big Persona.
And a lot of people are like, oh, how do you get Tyler the Creator? And one thing that I've always found about you is it seems like you know a lot of people. Like you're a guy that people apparently like to spend time with. Would you say that's a fair assessment of Maxo?
Yeah, everybody fuck with me.
So how did you develop that though? Like that's not necessarily an easy trait, you know, like when someone's new on the scene to feel comfortable, you know, meeting lots of people and by the way, a variety of different people, you know, like you just talked yesterday, you pulled up on Don Q. Right. Don Q and Tyler the Creator, two very, very different people from totally different parts of the world. How do you end up being comfortable with so many different kinds of people in different settings?
Man, because I'm comfortable with myself. And like, it ain't no gimmick. Like, to me, like, I'm real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I told you, like, look, I came in this building, ski mask on, Drew. People probably think something else, but I'm sitting here, we damn near talking about the keto diet. They're like, what the hell Maxo know about keto? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just be myself. Regardless, I could blend in any situation. Like, you know, just being real. Ain't no gimmick about nothing.
Now, I don't know if I should feel good or bad about the building that I live in, that you walked in full of change with a ski mask on, and security didn't even call me. Like not even a phone call. I'm like, yo, when pizza comes, y'all call me 6 times. So since I last saw you in 2 years ago, it was 2019.
Thanks.
When you last dropped. What is the last couple? It's been obviously. I'm not going to ask you the generic. How was COVID for you? But just your life in general, the last couple of years since that release. How have things been going? How would you rate your ascent in the game and things of that nature?
So yeah, like since I talked to you, you know what I'm saying, went crazy, dropped the tape, went overseas for the first time, you know what I'm saying, had a UK tour, all that. Then when COVID hit, that's when the ups and downs came, you know what I'm saying. I lost my brother, RP Money Due, you know what I'm saying. That was the first thing that happened.
When was I'm really sorry to hear that. When was that, man?
Like March 9th, 2020, like the beginning of COVID, like when they was canceling everything.
Oh, that was literally like the week things started shutting down.
Facts.
So can you tell us what happened? What was the story?
Yeah. Well, you want to know what happened? Jam Trips. That's on the tape. I give you a walkthrough of everything that happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil it on the interview. You know,
okay.
Everybody want to go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was shot and killed.
And so that's right as COVID starts. You're now dealing with an incredible loss. Facts. And then you have to just sit in the house and think about that loss.
Man, even that, just the funeral, like funerals, like everybody couldn't come. You know what I'm saying? Because of COVID. Like, you know when COVID first hit, they was hella strict.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the funeral service, all that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, you know, well, yeah, I had to deal with that. But one thing he did leave me with was a beautiful niece. You know what I'm saying? So, he gave me responsibilities too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's blessings and lessons. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, I had to really boss up. You know what I'm saying? Like, really mature up and really just get a hand on things. Like, as soon as that happened, like 2 days later, I went to the studio. I was in the studio rapping. Like, because one thing he always told me, I remember like the last studio session, like a week before that, he told me, never stop doing this rap shit. Never stop doing that. Like, no matter what we got going, you feel me? So that, what else happened to
Wait, had you experienced a lot of loss prior to that, or is this hands down the biggest loss you've ever experienced?
It's the biggest loss. because I was closer with my brother than I am with my mama and daddy. I say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I trust him. Like I don't trust everybody. You feel me? Like that. But I had a lot of loss. I lost Slow Groove. I lost my cousin Woodrow. Lost a lot of homies. You know what I'm saying? Being in the streets, you know how that go. But certain ones hit different. I ain't gonna lie. This one hit.
Do you feel like, as much as people talk about loss, and especially in hip hop, it's something we see and people talk about on songs, and you see, tattoos, and you know that loss is a real thing. But sometimes I feel like it's still almost like underrated how incredibly impactful and hard it is to take any steps forward when you've lost someone who means that much to you.
Right.
Like we could talk about it all day long, but when it hits you, it's so different, right?
Facts. I mean, yeah, and plus it's like your mindset too. You know what I'm saying? Like with the loss, one thing I didn't want to do was sit back and dwell and go like in a hole. Like in life, everything, like any obstacle, like if it pushed me back, I'm gonna come back 100 times harder. I don't care if I keep falling back. So it just really put like the fire under my ass for this tape. Like, I gotta make a point with this. You feel me?
Do you have any kids of your own?
Yes, I just had a daughter.
When did you have a daughter?
I had a daughter October 2nd.
Just now.
We still in October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. October 2nd.
So you just became a dad, so congratulations. That's a blessing. But then also that means that when your brother died and you started taking care of your niece, you got thrown into it without having been a dad, now having to look out for a little girl.
Right. I mean, but he made me the godfather anyways, you feel me?
So you were prepared for
all that.
But now you're taking care of two girls.
Facts.
You grow up quick, huh?
Yeah.
So how did then time after that play out? Did you do a lot of your work from home? Did you start moving around? Where were you for most of 2020 and 21?
I was in my hometown doing a lot of. First of all, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of bullshit. Going to clubs, buying chains, like you know what I'm saying? Like trying to cope, trying to grieve with it. And like that's how mama's purse came. Like I'm trying to spend money trying to cover up, but ain't no matter how many dollars, how much amount of money you can spend, you know what I'm saying? You can't grieve like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like grieving's gonna always take time. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't never get over it. I say you kind of get used to it, but you find a way like to deal with it better. So from there, I realized I was wasting time bullshitting. I had went to LA, started recording the album. Like in, I say, October last year.
And when you're in LA, who are you with? What's your recording process? Where do you you have a whole like life set up in LA? Are you in hotels? What do you do when you go to LA?
Nah. I had a crib out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But studio, producers, my team, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm real like I'm real strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like from beats, producers, vocals, like you know what I'm saying? Just all that. Like I really had like a workshop. Like just how Cole had like the Dreamville workshop. I had a workshop full of producers. I had Don from Mount Kimby. I had Monty Booker, Groove. The album is produced by Reginald Ham. Shout out Reginald Ham. If you don't know who Reginald is, he dope as hell.
I really don't. So he did everything on here? Or a lot of it?
I ain't gonna say yeah, vocal wise, hell yeah. I ain't gonna say a lot of it. But he did a hell of
okay. He had his print. You can feel it on his imprint on the record.
Facts, hell yeah.
And how long was the process? How long were you out there for?
I'm gonna say 4 to 5 months. 4 to 5 months.
And at what point did the Tyler record come along? Because that was when I knew you were dropping. That was like I think that was the first. Listen, I'm old and washed. I got mad jobs. That the first time I knew you were coming around was when the video kind of dropped out of nowhere, so it seemed. Right. So when did that come in the process?
Man, we been had that motherfucking song. We had that song for like a year.
Wow.
Ben had that song. Like I did like 11 verses to that song, fucking with Tyler, because I pull up on him, he'll fuck with it. But then like you know what I'm saying, he's so musically inclined, and he always going here, hear something, go back to it, like we be like experimenting. And then on top of that, we got like 6, 7 songs. 5, 6, 7, like yeah, about 5 songs, like just different songs. But the Big Persona, that was the one. I just felt like, yeah, this is the one that we need to drop. You feel me?
Isn't it funny? Don't you feel like now it seems like this is going away because of appearances like yours and the most recent album. But don't you think it's funny that people seem to like for so long sleep on Tyler the Creator, the rapper? Like everyone knows how creative it is, and he's weird, and he's a producer, this, that, visuals, yeah. But it seems like people don't really appreciate that when you're like just in the booth with that guy and watch him rap. Like he is just a natural MC.
Nah, facts, but man, that's music in general. Like a lot of people don't appreciate shit, especially because you got like a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? You got like a lot of hype rappers, popular rappers, like bro, just because niggas getting views and doing all that shit. I mean, Tyler go crazy. Don't get me wrong, but like people just be like caught up with like what's in front of them and like hype and shit. Like, bro, people not really musically inclined and really paying attention no more. You listen to niggas beats, how niggas rapping and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that love the game and know what's going on, they know about Tyler. But it's like, you know, it is what it is. It depends on which world you living in. Like, I feel like I live in both.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is interesting about you is you seem to be like fully comfortable in both. Like, you know, you have a sort of commercial street edge to your style, but musically you have some real musicality and rapping too.
Yeah. That come from me staying in the hood and moving to the suburbs. Like,
so what's the exact order of your time in Houston? Like as a kid, as a teenager, where did you live? At what ages were you in which places in your life?
I was born Southwest Ely, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I stayed there all the way till I was 11, and then we moved to Missouri City. That's in Fort Bend.
Okay. And where is all of this relative to?
On the southwest side.
Okay.
On the southwest side of Houston. I moved to Missouri City. I was 11. So when I grew up in A-Leaf, it was the hood. I didn't know it was the hood because my daddy was getting so much money. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't hurting for nothing. I had a silver spoon until I was 11. So then
in the hood, but with a silver spoon.
Facts.
Okay. That's an interesting experience in and of itself. Okay.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Then we moved to the suburbs. I'm 11. Okay, we out there for a little bit. Then the feds kicked the door. When the feds kicked the door, they grabbed my daddy. I go back to A-Leaf. But this time ain't no silver spoon.
Because your dad's gone, so now there's no money coming in.
So I'm going for like Little League, Chuck E. Cheese, to motherfucking hanging around, robbers hanging around, like, you know what I'm saying, gangbangers and shit. I didn't even know. I wasn't even looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like it was normal.
Sorry, Rocky the dog is coughing. But for you go from all of a sudden you're in the Chuck E. Cheese suburb life, everything's smooth and cushy. So it's just gone.
Hell yeah, because my dad was a breadwinner and my mama, she was a housewife, like she didn't have no job. She had to go get a job, and then she got 5 kids, so then she go get a daycare job. You feel me? So then back in the hood, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, I just started getting into shit. Then like I always wanted to play Little League football, shit like that. My little brothers did, but like
how many siblings do you have?
I got 3 brothers, 1 sister.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They played, but when it was time for me, my pops went to jail. So that automatically had me like, so what the fuck I'm gonna do now? Turn to the street, shit like that. I stayed in A-Leaf all the way to like I said I was like 16 and a half, 17. Then we moved to Sugarland. Now, by the time I'm 16, 17, she all right? She got COVID.
Keep going. Rocky has a cough. Keep going. Okay. And by the way, where's Sugarland? Take us through that. Because Houston, people don't realize is a huge place. Like you could be in downtown Houston, and the suburbs of Houston are so far away that if you go into Houston on business for a weekend or 3 days, someone could tell you they live in Pasadena. That's a whole different. It's Houston, but it's not Houston.
Hell yeah, that shit like going like Staten Island or something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's Sugarland like? What's that?
Sugarland, so it's crazy. Sugarland and A-Leaf is back to back. It's right there. It's a borderline. Like when I moved to Sugarland, I thought I was still in A-Leaf because A-Leaf Taylor is right by my house.
Okay.
But I got to go to Kimler. But like, shit, like, so like, where I'm from in A-Leaf is like the murder capital of Houston, like the block. But where I moved to in Sugarland was the 3rd safest city in the USA.
Wow. And they're next door to each other.
Next door to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a blend. Like, you got the bad side of A-Leaf, then it blend in to like the cool side of A-Leaf. Then that's when Sugarland come. Then like it's the cool side of Sugarland to like the super rich side of Sugarland. You feel me?
So are you switching schools throughout this whole process? Or are you staying in one school?
So freshman, sophomore year, I went to Hastings High School. Junior, senior year, I went to Kempner High School. And look, so I'm getting to the point.
Yeah, which is which though? Like, are they both suburban schools or one of them?
Hell nah. Hastings, as a matter of fact, I went to Hastings. Don Tolliver went there too.
Oh, okay.
That's in A-Leaf.
Shouts to
That's like
Dante.
the hood,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then I went to Kempner. That's how I had to learn how to, cause like I'm going to Kempner. It's kind of, it's like walking in the High School Musical, and going to goddamn Hastings. Like, what's that movie with the white teacher and Coolio had the soundtrack? Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Lean on Me, Dangerous Minds. One of those movies.
Lean on Me, Dangerous Minds.
Okay.
That's Hastings. Then you go to Kempner. It's like High School Musical type shit. So like, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I learned about our future. That's how I'm learning about shit. Like, I went from tall tees and baggy clothes to skinny jeans, Bape, Supreme. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really got culture moving like that. So I'm saying that to say this, like, me being a street nigga, I can already read people. Then me being around white people and like shit like that, like, you know what I'm saying? I learned how to talk, and like, it really like iced up my finesse a little bit better. You feel me?
Is this all part of how you ended up with one of the whitest business people in the game, in Jay Grand?
Facts. That's all we vibe. Jay Grant low key black though.
Yeah, and I know, but he's also high key white. He's a very high key white and low key black. So, but that experience though, it's interesting too, and it must have just changed the way that you operate and the way that you see the world, because that's one thing that I always noticed when I worked with kids at different times in the hood. The one thing that I always wanted to try to communicate was that there's a world bigger than what you're able to see where you are. And sometimes it's just down the street. You don't realize there's a whole other world just 5 miles down the road.
Nah, facts. And then like me doing that, like I'm going to school with boys like they rapping, they think they hood and shit. I'm like, bro, I don't know, like, bro, look how y'all living out here. Like, bro, why you want to be from that? Like, I'm really saying, like, why do niggas want to, like, you know what I'm saying? I really come from that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only man in my family with a legal job. My daddy been shot. My older brother been shot. My younger brother been shot. He did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to live that kind of life, like, have the feds running your house and shit like that. But that's what I'm going to get to at this. So my senior year, I'm going to Kempner. You know what I'm saying? I'm straightening it up because when I was going to Hastings, I dropped out of school, wasn't getting no credits. Hurricane Katrina hit. Then that's when, like, you know, I saw the crackheads came. So now we selling rocks and shit like that. You feel me? So boom. So now I'm at Kempner. I'm doing better.
What year are we talking about in high school? Your junior year or something like that? Where are you?
Junior year is when I came.
Okay.
Came to Sugarland. Sophomore year was when I was in A-Leaf. That was when Katrina hit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. So my senior year, everything going good. They put me in night school. We paying for my credits. We got shit good. About to graduate. The feds come get us again. Every time we move to the suburbs, the feds come get us. Come get my daddy because of what he was doing. You feel me?
And there, of course, if I was a conspiracy theorist, I could argue. And of course, it happens when you're in the burbs.
Facts.
Like, they're not as comfortable. If you stay in your own area, they're probably more comfortable with it than when you're in the burbs.
Yeah, I think about it. They see a black film, like, what the hell they do? They over here. My daddy having cars, Range Rovers, like, here, get money nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting money niggas type shit, you know. But I ain't gonna lie, it ain't that. Like, he actually got snitched on by his own sister.
Wow.
Facts.
So he goes back.
He goes back.
For how long this time?
Shit, all the way until, like, I was 17. I ain't see him again, like, I was 22, 23.
All right. So now your dad leaves again. Now where do you go? You guys move again? Now you had to.
Hell yeah.
You had to move
again. But by this time, I moved out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was to the point where my mama, she harassed me for rent. You know what I'm saying? To help her out. But then she won't let me sell drugs out the house. Like one thing I give my parents, all the street shit I got into and did all that shit, they didn't raise me to be like that. I was not raised to be like that. That's what I seen. You know what I'm saying? From my environment. I come back in the house like, it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am, this and that. You feel me? But she ain't raised me to be like that. But at the same time,
you knew what your dad was doing the whole time?
I started finding out, hearing grown. Like, look, like when you were a kid, you be hearing grown folks talk. You start putting two and two together. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I actually moved out just so, like, because I was selling so much. Like, you know, I was trapping. Like, I had too much traffic coming into the house. They just kicked the door for my daddy. Now I got people pulling up. You feel me? So
yeah, that's not the move.
Yeah, facts. It was to the point like my mama stopped taking money from me because, you know, I was trapping. And then, like, the constables would come. They trying to evict us out the house. And then now we looking crazy because she want to uphold this image. You know what I'm saying? Because to the family, she want to make it seem like this and that. But now that my daddy gone, we really don't got it like that. So she trying to support this big ass house. The constable coming, putting eviction orders on the house. Like, that's embarrassing when you in the big, like, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So I just had to move around, get the money. I just sent it to her like that. Like, had to go do my own thing.
That's a hard situation, even for people who aren't, who don't have a husband who's caught up in the game. Appearances as an adult, even this is for even people who have a lot of money or perceived to have a lot of money. Keeping up appearances, keeping up with the Joneses, if you will. Yeah, that's hard, and I'm sure she wanted to. That's embarrassing. No one wants to have to be evicted again after she already left once and come back. Right. That's tough. So wait, so now you're a senior. You're like 17 years old. You move out on your own. You're doing this all on your own?
Hell yeah. Well, shit. I graduate.
Okay, this is post-graduation.
You know what I'm saying? From the house. Then, like, after graduation, I'm like, fuck it. I ain't like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like.
Did you ever consider college?
Hell yeah, I went to TSU.
So how long did you go to TSU for?
2 days. I went for 2 days, got the Pell Grant. I ain't know nothing about no Obama Pell Grant. I'm thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? Financial aid is paid, whatever. Woo. Somebody told me that they went to the financial aid office, got $4,000. I'm like, how you get that? It's a Pell Grant. I went and got that Pell Grant. I went to see the plug, and I ain't come back to the second semester to get the other Pell Grant, and I just never came back.
So that was it for your career at TSU.
Yo, got $8,000 out.
and called it a day.
Hell yeah.
So at what point during all of this, craziness in your life, at what point do you start becoming like really serious about music?
All right, so boom. Around like the TSU time, I was still on campus. I'm staying with my nigga Ike, you know what I'm saying? I'm trapping, he going to school. He trapping too. We ran that shit concurrent, you know what I'm saying? I'ma hold down the shit at the trap, you know what I'm saying? He hold down shit on campus. So like, I'm going to parties and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking around. Then we had like a little clothing line called La Beta back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with that. I mean, nigga named Ryan Grant. You know what I'm saying? He introduced me to Travis Scott. So like, shit, Travis Scott was from Mo City. I was familiar with Mo City. I stayed out there a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So we fucking around. But Travis just peeped how like I was a fly nigga. One thing about me, I always been a fly nigga because my daddy had us like that. So like, even when like he left and went to jail, that was embedded in me like, nah, I need these new Jordans. I need the new FUBU. I need this and that. And that's where the hustling came. So like Travis always peeped like I was a fly nigga and like I was really known for like shutting down parties and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. Take us through that. What do you mean shutting down parties, Maxo? Keep going.
Like shit, shutting down party, like fucking shit up. Like Kream click. Like that's where the Maxo Kream come from. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, we was a sneaker crew that end up like, you know what I'm saying? But like, like when you 18, 19, like just what you like same thing you witness with all these young rappers getting into dumbass trouble and crimes. If I was rapping at that time, you would have seen the same shit with me. This is what you go
through. You just went through all of it prior to being known as an artist.
Hell yeah. Like I was already known in the city before that, like the Kream click shit, being a fly nigga, gang banging, like being known for shutting down parties. I ain't gonna lie, we was one of the most hated cliques.
So, well, you were known for shutting down parties. So when you say shutting down parties, do you mean showing up to said party with your people and just turning shit up to the point that the party had to shut down?
Nah, I mean like, all right, cool. Like, let me explain it to you. So I'm from A-Leaf.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? A-Leaf niggas and most city niggas do not get along.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I had Kream clique. They had like another clique. They was the ops. But Most City is like a better area. It's like Most City and Sugarland is in Fort Bend. So it's better. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Better females, better parties, shit like that. So we don't want to, so I'm tired of going to these hood ass A-Leaf parties. I'm like, fuck that. Let's go out here to the parties. Boom. We pull up, we get into it with niggas. But they think that we about to be on some fighting shit. We'll beat them up and then the party end up getting shot up type shit.
Oh. That's like, so not a fun party shut down at all.
Yeah, like we was known for like.
You were a problem. You guys were a problem.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Do you miss those days? Or are you happy now to not be part of the party shutdown situation?
Man, I don't miss them, but I do kind of miss them. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I say like 3 years ago, I was like, it feel weird. I don't got no ops. Like, I'm always used to beefing with niggas and doing shit like that. But like when this rap shit really picked up and I started getting older, I'm like, bro, I don't got no ops. Like, this shit feel weird. Like, we was one of the most hated cliques in the city, but we was respected because we stood on business. You feel me?
So that is an interesting thing you bring up too, though, because sometimes I feel that artists end up getting themselves into shit just because it's something they're accustomed to that they miss. Whereas you don't seem like that's been your persona in the music game at all. Unless I missed out on it, I don't think you've had any issues. You seem to have been keeping it moving in the music game, no?
Nah, I had some issues, but I don't take to the internet. I done beat up some rappers.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Rappers have been beaten up.
For shit show. Hell yeah.
And but you choose to not be the kind of person who snitches on yourself on Instagram.
Nah, facts. But some of my homies are snitched on all of it. On some bullshit. But yeah, I let them do that. I don't do the internet shit like that.
What do you, as far as internet in your life in general, how much of a role do you let the internet play in your life? Like, how often are you, let's get into some human being shit. How often are you checking, let's be real, how often are you pulling out the phone and checking your social?
24/7.
All the time?
All the time.
What's your, okay, let's go through, let's try to work through this, because I've been into this these days. I always get into this, because I think this shit is such an ill drug that we haven't quite figured out yet. This is like, they said this is like the phone stuff right now is like the early days of tobacco, where like the tobacco industry knew that people were dying, but they were keeping that research from everyone because they had to get that money. That is where we are, I believe, with phones right now.
Thanks.
They know people are dying off of this. Like, it's really warping people's brains, but they're gonna squeeze this for as long as they can. Yes. Yo, they know the mental health dangers of this.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, not literally dropping dead, but really people really being emotionally damaged and scarred, particularly young people, particularly girls, but that, not just that, everybody, grown-ass people. So when you open your phone, where do you naturally go first?
Well, I naturally go first. Shit, to the Kream Click group message.
Sorry?
To the Kream Click group message.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, that's got a group. Yes, hell yeah, we grown. The people don't want to admit this, but we got a group message because now that we older, homies done moved around. We don't see each other all the time.
That is grown man-ish now in 2021.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So shit, always be laughing. I'm catching up with my partners. Some of them lawyers and doctors. Some of them still in the streets. Some of them
just everybody
moving on. But shit, we still together. You feel me?
So okay, so you go to the Kream Click group chat first. Right. That's your first stop. All right, and then let's see there's no messages there. You don't have any. It says 0. There's nothing. Where do you go next?
Shit, I'm gonna go to Twitter. I'm gonna leave Instagram and go to Twitter.
So Twitter, when you go to Twitter, do you go to @replies verified first? What do you do? What do you check first?
I go to my @, but then as soon as I go to my home screen, it's gonna be some porn, and I'm gonna get distracted. Twitter is the new porn site.
Oh, it's because you follow nothing but porn chicks? And
so my homies be retweeting them but porn chicks. Yeah. Man, you don't even have to follow no porn on Twitter. You're going to find it.
It just gets retweeted to you anyway. Yeah. Okay. So if you go to your regular homepage, you're going to see mad porn. But so then you'll hit your @replies. Do you check your verified @replies more than your regular @replies or no?
Not really. Sometimes I do like if I drop a song or something, I want to like I be trying to say like which one of these fake ass niggas fucking with me today? Hell yeah, they would send me, bro. They would go search my name and text me 50 goddamn tweets I need to engage in or like 100 of them, shit like that. That should be mad annoying.
Wait, what do you mean? Who tells you? Oh, Jay Grant. Yeah. Jay Grant texts you and says, "Hey, so and so mentioned you."
Flo. Shout out my boy Flo.
So he'll say you should go engage with this. So Jay will point it out to you.
Yeah. It get annoying, but I fuck with it because it just let me know that my team really fuck with me. Because I done seen people sign to the label, they can't even get a fucking flight or can't get even, they don't get the same support. So you know what I'm saying?
No, you got to, you sign with a good one. How long you been messing with Jay Grant?
I've been messing with Jay Grant before I signed.
So this is going back 5 years?
I'd say like what, 2017, 18? Yeah.
So yeah, a long time now. Thanks. So okay, so then after you go through Twitter, you go to the gram?
Gram first, Twitter, and not TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok?
Yeah.
See, I had to leave TikTok. That was the one I had to pull the plug on because TikTok's algorithm understood me too well, and it was a reflection of myself I wasn't willing to see.
Got you.
When TikTok told me, "We see you, Peter Rosenberg, and we know that all you're interested in is and fights at football games," I was like, "I'm better than this. I cannot see this reflection."
But it's entertaining, man. You got to entertain yourself.
Bro, I know, but it's honestly I found it to be so crazy addictive. Like because they knew what I wanted to see, it's so easy to live in there. Thanks. And I can't use the argument like I can with Instagram and Twitter where like I need it for my career. Like I don't have a following on TikTok. I don't post TikTok. So I was like, it's just not worth it for me. Right, you're active. You're posting TikTok. What kind of TikToks do you post?
I got one where I got a cup inside my hand. You know what I'm saying? A double cup. I walk inside the airport. I'm like, yeah, man, big double cup, man. The airport. These folks can't tell me shit. I don't give a fuck. Nobody say I ain't putting my cup up. And then like a old man walk by. Then I'm like, good evening, brother. So it's like I'm talking all this shit, but I'm still respectful.
So is that like a character? Is that like a thing you repeatedly do that you will go back to on TikTok?
Yeah, I gotta get into it a little bit more. I got some videos on there, but I'm gonna get more active with it.
And then on Instagram, when you're on Instagram, are you scrolling your feed or are you looking at DMs or are you searching for specific people? How do you spend most of your time on Instagram?
Man, I use Instagram like Google, really.
To get information on people, see what people are doing.
Everything. Yeah, if I need to, or like, you know what I'm saying, like look up new producers, you know what I'm saying? Cause like that's what I'm looking for right now, like producers. I'm signing producers, you know what I'm saying? I just signed Tez. Shout out my boy PMG Tez.
Dope. So you're looking for, and you'll find a producer's page and see what you can hear their beats and do all that.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a way, like, Instagram is a tool. You know what I'm saying? Just how you use it. And then, like, not only that, like, I realized, like, that shit is mad addicting because I come from an era, like, where I didn't get on social media until I was 16. You feel me? These kids be babies and they already be having social media. It's like, I just stand on the block, like, go knock on my partner door, like, yo, can you come outside? Can you come outside? Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to like trap on the block, like, or like have like a Boost Mobile chirp.
Yep.
Chirp. You can't get on no fucking social media on Boost Mobile. And then like I look at those days compared to these days, like, bro, they internet shit crazy, bro. Kids don't even play outside no more.
And how old are you?
I'm 30.
30 to me is still wild young. And relative to growing up on the
shit.
Yeah, you didn't grow up on the, like, yes, it was there, but social media didn't come around until you were already developed.
Facts.
So you still got to at least make it, like, yeah, you might have been on AIM, you know, and stuff like that, but you weren't affected by Instagram.
I wasn't on nothing. Man, my first social media was MySpace. That shit was addictive.
Yeah, MySpace was addictive too.
Yeah.
But man, we didn't even know how bad it was gonna get after MySpace.
But nah, it helped though. But man, if I didn't have social media, I wouldn't be rapping. I probably would have really been inside your lobby with this mask on, waiting on you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait, why do you credit social media for that?
Because that's how I got on music. Like, I'm on MySpace. I'm hearing different music. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can add that song to your page. You can add this song to your page. Like, you feel me? Like, you just discovering shit. For real, for real.
That is an interesting point. I didn't even think about it from that perspective too. That you do, that is a serious upside.
And that's when like CDs is dying out. SoundCloud wasn't really there. It's like it was more like you had shit like Two Dope Boys, Ill Roots. Then you got shit like I Mean and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that little weird area where like shit was going from like CDs to streaming.
Yep.
Like, well, no, it went from CDs to iPods to streaming.
Yeah, and that period you were talking about, that blog era, that Nah Right Two Dope Boys era. That's that 05, 06, 07, 08, 09. Yeah, right. And then after that, it's crazy. Now that's now ancient history too.
Right, facts. I like that though, because I remember they really thought they was the tastemakers. Now it's like, fuck that, bro. Like, you don't need them to go. Like, bro, when I first started rapping, I used to motherfucking get a writer from all that, Two Dope Boys, Nah Right, Ear Milk, you name it, all of them. And I send them my music, you know what I'm saying? But my dumb ass, I ain't know that you supposed to CC it, so like they don't see it. So when I send the email, they all see the email. They probably looking like, bro, we don't fuck with these niggas. Why you sending us the same shit?
You didn't know about the BCC? No one told you.
Yeah, there you go. Nobody ain't told, man. Shit, I had to learn.
You had the blind copy. Yeah. No, but that's funny. By the way, to me, it's a double-edged sword because, yes, it's whack that random people, some of which I like, some of which I don't respect, were making the decisions on what music would get viewed by people. Right. That's whack. Flip side of that coin, there's so much music that it did help. Like, as a DJ, it would help me to be like, let me just go through and see what I trust. Two Dope Boys. Let me see what they got. That was helpful because some of them, like Two Dope Boys and SK at Nah Right, I did trust their ear. They were pretty good. You know, they wouldn't always get it right, but they were pretty good.
Nah, I fuck with them. Two Dope Boys was like one of the first blogs. Well, yeah, blogs to post me. I say them. Then later on, like the Ill Roots came. Then the it was so many back in the day. I was into it. I'm forgetting them.
No, like, it was a moment. It was a moment in time. So, Weight of the World is out right now. I'm gonna play a couple joints from it right now. I hope everyone will go spend some time with Maxo Kream's music. I think you'll really be impressed with this album. I think you took another step forward with this. What any goals in the coming couple of years that you wanna see your life get to as we, God willing, move out of this COVID time and start getting back to some normalcy?
I just want generational wealth. Not this money like, yeah, Maxo got money, he rich. Like, what's really rich? Fuck that. I want generational wealth.
Where do you think the line is of generational wealth? Do you have a number that you think generational wealth could look like? Where you're like, yes, if I get to that, that means I can start investing to the point where I'm good, I don't have to work anymore, and my kids will be good.
It's not even a number. It's the decision making and the discipline, because that's what's going to keep it. You can make all the money in the world. You can still blow that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to have discipline. You got to have the right mind. And, like, I feel like with me, like, you know what I'm saying? I was an independent artist for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I still own a lot of my masters. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but, like, 80% of them. You feel me? Shit like that. Then me being a street nigga, I had to learn discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trapping, you got to keep your re-up. You know what I'm saying? You can't blow that shit off.
Right.
Make your money, put a little bit to the side, boom. You can up on your re-up. Oh, my bad. Make a little money. You can put to the side, or you can up your re-up so you get more work. Like, you feel me?
Well, where do you draw that line? Because I think a lot of people assume when they see an artist who's got shiny chains and a nice car, etc., they inherently assume that they're stupid with the money.
Yeah, facts.
So how do you draw the line between having some nice things, splurging for yourself here and there, and also being disciplined?
Shit, I do the same thing too. Like, a lot of people gonna get up here cap, yo, 100K, this like that. I'm cheap as hell. I'm gonna go in there with the jewelry. I'm gonna run your ass down. Plus, I'm from Houston. I know jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get me with that shit. Like, diamonds ain't buy shit. You get the shiniest diamonds, whatever. Ain't buy shit. It's the gold. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta pay attention to the price of gold when it go up. I bought a lot of this jewelry, like the beginning of COVID, like when my brother died. Like I'm saying, grieving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Probably on the same shit my mama was on, trying to make it look good. When
Keep up the appearance because you were miserable.
Facts. But at the same time, I bought a lot of this shit. Like, all my jewelry I bought, I paid cheaper than what it's worth now. Because during COVID, the price of gold, you know, everything shot up.
Right.
So, yeah. So, and plus, like, this is an investment. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, like, after I just bought this last art, like, I was talking to them, I was like, bro, I don't even give a fuck about jewelry no more. I really think probably, like, by next time, I probably won't be rocking this shit.
It's an interesting thing, the jewelry thing. You know, like, I could think about just jewelry and, like, the way people view it. Literally, like, this is just interesting, right? So, like, I enjoy my little modicum of celebrity. Like, I enjoy going out and being recognized, having people, you know, do nice things or put me in good seats or whatever it may be. And at a certain point, I got a couple of the most modest gold chains. I mean, super nothing, like
right.
the lightest of work. And it was so funny. I don't know if you've had this experience, Jay Grant, if you ever did it. I got a couple of chains feeling like I've earned this and this will be nice. Yo, pulling the trigger on wearing them and not feeling embarrassed at all to actually get the attention of wearing the chains. It was bizarre to me. Like, and I was like, yo, I don't even know how all my friends in the game like wearing chains because it's such an instant. It's like this thing where, like, okay, you walk into the Knicks game tonight. They may not know who Maxo Kream is, but the second they walk in, they know you're somebody and they're looking like, yo, you must be a rapper.
And that's the investment.
But at the same time, for me, I guess, it made me immediately embarrassed. It made me want to be like, you know what? I actually like it better when people have to figure out who I am. Be like, is that Peter Rosenberg?
Right.
You know, and like, maybe it's just a certain swag that I don't have, or the fact that when you're white and you have dark features and you wear a black shirt and gold chains, you instantly turn into a Guido. It's just like instant, like Sopranos extra vibe immediately. It just doesn't work.
Like Peter with the bricks.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I ain't got nothing. I'm just a radio host. Yo, his name is Maxo Kream. Weight of the World is out right now. It's a fantastic project. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
You already know, every time.
It's real late, Hot 97.